Molweni siyanamkela kwinkqubo Initiating Insight with Sibongile. One of the programs run by the Gauteng Department of Social Development is the NPO funding. Sizawufunda kabanzi ukuba intoni NPO nokuba ifunding ye-NPOs ihamba kanjani. To do that, we are joined by Mr. Solindweni, who will fill us in on all the details. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Intoni NPO?
NPO stands for non-profit organization. Abanye bangati NGO. Ama-organizations elokishini esayisiwaxhase ngeimali ukuze athuthukise imiphakathi ukuze asincede uhulumeni kuyinhlelo zabantwana zabantu abadala abogogo kanjalo. So in a nutshell, an NPO is a community-based organization that is out there to do good for the community. And this is regulated by umthetho obizwa i-NPO Act, okuwona ke oshoyo ukuthi mawufuna ukuba i-NPO iziphi izinto ofanele ube nazo, kufanele ukuthi ni uhlelo lolu lama programs wenu uhambe kanjani. Umzekelo ufanele uba ne-board of directors okuwabantu phela ababheke uhlelo lokuthi kuhanjiswe izinhlelo zale NPO. I-NPO Act ke ivelisho nokuthi imali enizozifumana zizawusetshenziswa kanjani nokuthi nifanele ukuthi nazise uhulumeni ngemali enizitholile nazisebenzisa kanjani unyaka oqalayo nonyaka ophelayo. Uma ukhumbula sike saba ne-fundraising act eminyakeni endlulile sase siyayishintsha sayenza ama-amendments saba ne-NPO Act senzela ukuthi noma ubani ofuna ukunceda umphakathi angawuncedi umphakathi ngokuzenzela umathanda, meaning you must comply, you must follow the rules. So ngamafuphi ke i-NPO Act stands for non-profit organization, ama-organization akhona ukunceda imiphakathi yethu.
How are NPOs different from your normal PTY, LTDs, except for the element, of course, that they have to report to the government?
Okay.
And I suppose you, by the tax element, you need to still when you run the PTY. So what is the difference?
Okay. The fundamental difference between an NPO and any company is the following. One, an NPO, it's there to receive grants, meaning you don't make profit, but you receive grants.
Okay.
It could be from corporate social investment companies. It could be from social development or any government for that matter. In some instances, we use the word donor funding. So you don't work for this money, but somebody who wants to help you to do good gives you this money for one reason only, for you to alleviate a problem, to prevent a problem. Vis-a-vis, a company will then say, we have a product to sell, we will go out and get money and then sell this product, have a dividend, declare the dividend, and share amongst the people that we have. So firstly is the issue of the grant. Secondly, from a governance structure, uhlelo esisebenzisana ngalo na all these NPO. Inkampani nayo ke iyaye ibe nawo ke ama-board okuhuwe are responsible for the governance issues. Imali zizawusebenza kanjani. So that's one area that we have with boards and NPO, I mean companies and NPO. Yes. We both have the boards. But the only difference with these two boards is that in our case, the constitution of this particular NPO becomes the final arbiter. Okusho ukuthi umgaqo siseko okuwoza uphana ngomhlahlandlela ukuthi sizosebenza kanjani sihambe kanjani. Therefore, they have an NPO and they have a constitution that guides the day-to-day. They'll have financials and all that. So the main fundamental difference is that the one, which is an NPO, will receive a grant, do good for the community, but most importantly, account to those that you service, account to those that have given you this donor funding. But with companies, they only would then say we have shareholders that we account to. These are people that gave us money to start the business, and so that is the main fundamental difference between
Sure.
the NPO and your PTY Ltd or a company as
Can you have the NPO without the constitution?
No, it's a big no. And I think ngifuna ukuyigcizelela leyo nto ukuthi the NPO Act fundamentally you cannot say I have an NPO but I don't have a constitution. The constitution is the lifeblood of an NPO. Ifana nokuthi ngenze nje umzekelo ngeke uthi mhlambe wena kunesonto lihambayo kodwa alinalo iBhayibheli lakhona. Abanye bazakhuluma ngabo Quran, abanye bakhuluma ngeBhayibheli kanjalo kanjalo.
Okay.
So there's something that informs what you do, how you do it, and to what extent. So the NPO Act dictates that your constitution becomes the lifeblood. For an example, because ku-NPO uthole inxaso ngezimali, wase uthenga imoto ukuthi ukhona ukuya la nala ukunceda umphakathi. Wasuthenga mhlambe nebhilidi, wasuthenga mhlambe nezinto ozidingayo ukuyisebenzisa. So the constitution then says there's a dissolution clause or winding up. Uma kwenzeka ukuthi hey asakhoni ke manje ukuqhubekela phambili ngaloko bese ukuhlosile. Khumbula ukuthi le mali phela sizanga siyisebenzele. Sayiphiwa uhulumeni, sayiphiwa ama donors from outside or inside the country. Then it says the dissolution clause. The assets okuyizinto esinazo esizithole hayi ngoba siyisebenzela ngoba siziphiwe nge-tax noma siziphiwe. The dissolution clause therefore says you must then take those particular assets to the NPO of similar objectives. So uma unganayo constitution awuyona i-NPO, and anyone ofuna ukunceda umphakathi siyasinceda abantu bethu ukuthi come to our offices wherever social development is. We will not only give you a copy, sizohlala nawe phansi sokubonisa ukuthi igcwaliswa njani le fomo re khone hore rena hona le ntho re ya o tataisa ka Sesotho re dula le wena fatshe re ya o bontsha hore o be an NPO kapa NGO e ikemetseng go tlamile o etsele eng, and ha o nke fela motswalle wa hao kapa molekane wa hao kapa motho e mong le mong o tlamela o etse ntho re ke annual general meeting o bitse batho batle o tshware di election o khone hore o re setjhaba sa mona Diepkloof haebe o sebeletsa Diepkloof ke sona se ibeileng chairperson sa beya secretary sa beya treasurer le batho bo kaofela ba tlo
volunteer ntho tseo di tla ka hore batla o former NPO ke spane ne
no asisipane hakalo hobane wena mohlolomong o le a manager ya ECD kapa yona crash o tlamile hore o bene le batho ba tlo thusang ka tsamaiso ya this NPO.
Okay, before we do that we need to take a break. We'll be right back. Please stay tuned. Don't go away. Welcome back to Initiating Insight with Sibongile. If you've just joined us, we are joined today by Mr. Solindweni. We're here to talk NPO funding. Before we went on a break, bengimbuzile ukuthi ngathi isipani lento ukuthi ifanele manje uzovota ubiza abantu ukuthi maba elect ubani kuzothini, so ubesaphendula lokho masiye break-in.
Okay.
Utaxi isipani Mr. Ndweni?
Yeah, akusisipani ngendlela yokuthi umsebenzi wakhona omningi kangako. Into nje wena umuntu oqala le NPO. Ungabeka nje advert eitolo ukuthi kube nabantu abezayo. Ngesinye isikhathi abantu they are not interested and we cannot pin it on you, but at least you have illustrated ukuthi ngibe babezila abantu and baba khona.
Fanele baba ingakhi labantu?
Okay, minimum you need to have a chairperson, deputy wake, secretary, unobhala, usikhwama, treasurer. Then those are the main one. Then you definitely need to have at least an additional 2 members so that at least babe 6 all in all. Some of the organization will then say the nature of our business is that I also need this and that and that and that. But those that I've mentioned, 6 to 8, are on average the people that you need. But let me emphasize this point. Here's Gogo Dlamini who wants to do good for the community and says, I only have 2 members. That does not mean you don't have to start. Start the program, run with the program, and then we will then assist you in terms of facilitating. So kunceda ukuthi ufike kulela zinga lokuthi ube na all the 6 or the 8 by just supporting you and being there for you, because we don't want the issue of you not having enough board members to stand in the way of service.
So what do you mean by will come and assist you? What do you mean by that?
For an example.
Nginabantu abayi-2 mara uthe sex mara uthi I can start.
Yeah. For an example, you have 2 people and the program is running. And our interest is that the program is currently running. We will then come and then say to you, let's help you. We can print certain things for you. We can even help you with certain, just communicating around, just for you to get the message out there. Come at Sizanani Primary School for AGM, yeah, what ECD. Then that's the facilitation we do. And then people will come and then they will then be voted in by community members. And a minimum of 6 is good. And I must emphasize the importance of having that governance structure, which is at the 6 members. They account for each and every cent you will receive. They also guide you in terms of things that, because remember, the board members are volunteer by their very nature. Abekho on day to day ukuqapha isimo. Kodwa bazokunceda ngendaba zama HR, kuqashwa kanjani, imali zihamba njani, nokuthi bakuncede futhi ukuthi if you buy services it must be fair. It must be transparent. Ungathi ngoba manje ngifuna ukuthenga ama toys sengizawuthatha nje kumngane wami and all. You must just have within your policies. So the governance structure is very, very important so that it helps you ukuthi your constitution uyilandele.
Mr. Ndwele, I'm not sure if mhlambe ngislow, but I'm a bit confused.
Yeah.
Ukuthi uthe you cannot have an NPO without a constitution.
Yeah.
And you need to have 6 minimum members to form the constitution.
Yebo.
And at which point then does it become 2? And the amount 2 members, it's okay, you can go on. When do you then have a constitution?
Okay. All right. Ngizoyichaza nje ngamafuphi. Uma ufuna ukuba i-NPO, you first need to have a constitution. We will give you a guide of a constitution. Then with that guide of the constitution, you submit to us, we check whether all the necessary provisions in the NPO Act are covered. I've just given you one example.
Yes, sure.
Dissolution clause, right? How you make decisions, the name of the organization, what do you do, functions and powers. And then once that the constitution meets our requirements, with NPO Act, so passile. You are then a fully fledged NPO. That is why it's practically impossible to be a registered NPO and not have a constitution.
Okay.
So ziyahambisana lezi. Secondly, excuse me, ngoba social development, so social development, you decided ukunceda umphakathi. I am saying, unabantu abayi-2, abanye are not showing interest. Naba bantwana bafuna i-crash ukuthi isebenze. I am saying we will come, help you facilitate and have other members. But because we are a caring government, kumbula, our vision as social development, umasivala amehlo sithi sifuna ukuyibona subuphi sumnyango wezenhlalakahle othuthukisa imphakathi, is to have a caring, a self-reliant nation. So if you come and into zakho aziphelelanga, we don't close a door on your face.
You don't?
We don't.
We
don't. That is why we are social development, not social door closed.
Yeah, man.
No. That is why we must then take you, sit down with you, re ho tataise ka Sesotho hore mme o shota ka se le se empa re batla ho bona hore le wena o tshwana le ba bang o le mole. A number of organizations started with an idea. There was no infrastructure, there was no governance. It is through some of the interventions that our interventions and our staff that came and then said, we want to help you here and then we'll go forward. So it is about us holding your hand and working with you, but we are not gonna compromise on you having the required number, on you having the constitution, and you having all the necessary things to protect the people you will be serving, to protect the people of Gauteng, because you don't have to do good when we then sit with unintended consequences.
Wow. You mentioned NPO or NGO very quickly. Is there a difference? Is it the same
It's
thing?
by way of reference. Umthetho wana uthi NPO, Non-Profit Organization Act.
Yes.
Sisavela, sikhula, everyone uthi NGO.
Yes.
So we just use this word changeably. Engalifaka ngegaba ngoba ngifuna ukuthi ngidida ababukeli abanye bathi CBO. Community-based organization. So you could be an NPO is a CBO because it's encompassing and it is in the communities. But NPO, NGO, it's the same thing. We're just using it interchangeably. Yeah, it should not confuse the viewers. We're talking one and the same thing.
Okay, Mr. Ndweni, ngifuna ukwazi ukuthi njengoba ukhona la ukhuluma ngama NPOs.
Yebo.
Wena kahle kahle ungena kuphi la ku social development? Ngifuna nje usitshele ngawe nje 1 minute, but before we do that, we need to take a break. We'll be right back. Please stay tuned. Welcome back to Initiating Insight with Sibongile. We are talking NPO funding today, and we are sitting with Mr. Ndweni. Before we went on a break, before siya breaking ukuthi asitshela ukuthi kahle kahle ungenaphi yena kulezi zinto zama NPOs.
Oh.
Where do you enter, Mr.?
Hey, wamnandi lo mbuzo ngicishe ngathi ngene eminyango kwezenhlala kahle. But again, on a serious note,
sure.
The responsibility yami ku-social development, it's two in the main. Okokuqala, kunemali ebekiwe ukuthi nakekele ama-NGOs. So, irresponsibility yami ukuthi okokuqala, imali ingakafiki. Siwathola njani lama-NGO, siwafunda kanjani, imiphi imigomo nemibandela efanele siyilandele. Kwazisa ukuthi afanelanga sabantu bakahulumeni sizenzele umathanda. Fanele kube nomthetho othi request for proposal nokuthi sifunde ngalendlela elandelayo. And the number 2, kungani sikupha le mali sikupha yona lento abathi ama funding models ukuthi lo sizamnikeza irandi, lo i2 kanjalo. And then ngicine ngokuthi ke kule mali siyiphiwe ifanele ukuthi ngoba imali yentela phela yabahlali base Gauteng. Senze ukuthi uma sowuyitholile wena ungu old age home wena futhi asawabizi ke lawo amagama abo old age home sesithi residential care facilities for older person. So ukuthi wena uyinhlangano or an NPO, one uyisebenzise kahle yini le mali, sibuye futhi sibuyele ku ndunankulu waseGauteng ubaba David Makhura ukuthi baba Makhura usinikeza imali engaka sayisebenzisa for abantwana, abantu abadala, abantu abakhubazekile, abantu abafuna ukwakha imisebenzi eGauteng eGoli namaphethelo. So in essence is to make sure that we spend on that money. However, it also goes where the priorities of Gauteng provincial government are. For an example, undunankulu ushilo ukuthi unalo hlelo sithi TMR, transformation, modernization and reindustrialization. Bese athi kithi thina suumnyango wezenhlala kahle, we will then transform our communities by giving them funding. So that's where I come in to make sure that the communities that are doing good for our people receives this money. But not only that, by sebenzisa ngendlela efanele, but there's another component to it, which is a program called Sustainable. Phecelezi Sustainable Livelihood. Isho ukuthi sifuna ukuthi sukususela sukubekela. Lokho kusho ukuthini we want to develop you so that tomorrow you don't depend on a grant, tomorrow you don't depend on a system. That is why we have this program called Welfare to Work. Sithi uma uthola imali le yesondlo sabantwana, child support grant, you can work, uyakhona unezandla, awukhubazekanga, asikuthathe sikuphe skills, sikuthathe sikuphe amakhono angakunceda nokuthi kusasa ube nomsebenzi, 1 ozenzela wona, entrepreneurship, 2 sukufaka emsebenzini, job placement, okanye wena usho ukuthi ngifuna ukuyofunda sukupha amabhazari. Why? So that we move you from a welfare so that ukhona ukuzisebenzela and earn an income in real economic terms. So ngamafuphi It's the funding of NPOs and to make sure that the sustainability of those programs are there, but to make sure that the highest aspiration esinayo into esifuna ukuyifinyelela is to make sure that people that we help are not dependent on welfare, but they move out of welfare and do things for themselves through entrepreneur, skills development, and so forth. That is why we will spend close to 422 million in 1 year in 18-19 on early childhood development, because research has proven good. Uma se focus ebantwaneni enkulisa laphe crash, they prepare them for a matric. They prepare them for that university.
Okay, how much is allocated for the NPO?
Okay. In the financial year 18-19, lo nyaka saphuma kuphela ngoMarch, 2.1 billion was dedicated to NPO funding.
Hangaki lama NPO babundweni?
Hey maningi, esisebenza nawo that we support financially, and I want to qualify it.
Yes.
The ones that we support financially, they're in the region of 2,300, and sometimes like last year they went up to 2,675.
Only in Gauteng?
Only in Gauteng.
Okay.
And only those that were funding.
Funding, yes.
Angabali kunomuntu ozayo athi, I don't want funding,
Okay.
but I want to register. I want you to also help me with other
okay.
things, because bakhona abantu esingabafandi, and those would even be in the region of about 10 to 15,000. Like there are what we called private early childhood development. Ukhona umuntu othi mina ngifuna ningixhase angifuni ningixhase ngeimali ukusebenzeni nama crash noma ukunakekela abogogo nabomkhulu noma ukunakekela intandane. Ngifuna nje ukuthi ngihambe noma ngiregister noma uhlelo lami lube registered, because zimbili lezi zinto. Siyakupha imali kodwa esemqoka ukuthi kunama acts imithetho and legislation eshoyo ukuthi uma usebenza nezingane ufanele uzinakekele.
Sure.
Ngeke sithathe noma ubani ondlula ngendlela azokunakekela abantwana. There must be reference check.
Nabantu abadala kanti.
Nabantu abadala and so forth. So it means that some people says, I don't need funding. I just want you to come and then give me the registration.
How do you ensure that you are registered as an NPO?
To ensure that you are registered, you either there's two ways. Come to our offices.
Okay.
Let's give you guidance in terms of how you register as an NPO. Or you download the form, laba banawo ke ama access to ubuxhakaxhaka be-technology or internet kanjalo, uyalithola lelo form. Kanti futhi awufanelanga nokuthi uze kithi, uza kithi ngoba ufuna ukukhuluma nathi. You can even print, complete, scan, and then submit your form online. Laba bakhonayo ukuthi bangasubmita online, because we want not to move with the times, senze izinto zibe lula. So abomama nabobaba nabogogo ekhaya, uma bakhona abantwana abakazaninceda ningazivuka ekseni niyofola lapha nithi sifuna ukusubmit, you can even submit online. But if ufuna ukuthi ukhulume nathi personal services, ufanele uze kithi. Ngingakakhohlwa, we are now wanting to move from the ivory tower ema-ofisini ethu.
Okay.
Sibe closer to communities ngohlelo sulibizwa ngokuthi ward based model. Okusho ukuthi kule ward le ufanele wazi ubani social worker yami, ubani community development practitioner wami, siyenzela ukuthi laba abanga meet the requirements. Une crash kodwa kana NPO. Ukunakekela abogogo nabantu abakhubazekile kodwa akaregisteranga. Somebody must tip us off, and when as a social worker leyo ward ufanele wazi wonke lo muntu okule ward, uzuwazi nokuthi uba nokhulelo. Senzele ukuthi from the clinic you get that information, then we can even say kule ward noma kulama ward abantu esithola ukuthi bakhulelwa from antenatal clinic bangaka. Therefore it means kule minyaka ezayo sizodinga ukuthi sakhe ama crash angaki. You can
Mr. Ndweni, unfortunately ndiyaxolisa tata ba ixesha lethu la ku-initiating sathi lincinci, so we have to just leave it there. But thank you so much for having come through, and ndiyathemba uba abantu bavile uba kwenziwa kanjani and bazawukwazi uba bayephi baye ezi-ofisini zenu andithi ukutsho kaninzi noko, and futhi seniza kuma-communities. That's all the time we had for today. Until next time, take care.